Good evening, welcome to my stream. It's been a while since I've been streaming, but I'm back for at least for tonight anyway. Not sure about the rest of the week. Anyway, it's just gone 6 o'clock, 1800 GMT on Tuesday, the 4th of July, American Independence Day. Welcome to my stream. It's quite a simple one. This is the F1 Manager 22 game, and we are playing as Ferrari, and it is at the upcoming Silverstone Grand Prix in United Kingdom. It's in Northamptonshire, basically, in a place called Towcester, which is Towcester, not toaster as in a toaster of bread, etc. Anyway, so if you're playing this game, I will tell you Ferrari is a real challenge. Even if you get first and fourth on a race weekend, you will not be looked at favourably by the those in control. So it happens to be that I'm having a decent season. So first thing is, if you're playing this game, I would recommend you always go to the inbox. There's a lot going on in the game, and therefore I think it's a good idea to do that. Okay, so the first thing is the side pods design is ready to manufacture, and it helps engine cooling, which they've been asking for. So what we do is we manufacture it with the X, and we click that one there. We're going to manufacture it. Okay, we're going to do side pods could get damaged to not even a third way through the season, so I'm going to go for 6. 450,000. You can see that it will take 53 days to do. Going to just make that rush to make that 33 days, so like a month. And we're going to do that 670,000. We're going to fit them on the car. Let's have a look at the cars. So manage the build of car 1, and it is side pods. There it is. I'm going to change it to the new one. Hang on a minute. Sorry, it's that one, isn't it? It's that one. Okay. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look at manufacturing. Side pods. Okay. Let's go back to the email. And of course it's going to take time for that to be manufactured. If you want to flag the mail, take your left joystick and push it gently down, and you'll see there. Okay. Continue with the R2. Suspension has been manufactured. We could go to car setup and we could do the suspension. Install on F1. Okay. Go back to the emails. flag the email R2. Okay, there's a contract negotiations there that I will do another time. I'm not going to flag that mail because it has been dealt with, so I'll keep that one open. That one. Okay, that's about aerodynamic testing. That one as well. And his contract ends soon as well. That is Antonio Giovinazzi, who will be in the World Endurance Championship event this weekend at Monza in Italy, and Ferrari are the Le Mans 24-hour winners. First time in a long time for them. He is one of the drivers. I do have some controller issues again. I apologise for that. Okay, so race preview, British Grand Prix. Let's have a look at that. Okay, we shall flag that. So what you do, have a look at the circuit info. It says it's going to rain on Sunday, and that is a fairly accurate forecast. Historic safety car chance 75%, and pit lane time loss 21 seconds. That's useful to know. There is other stuff there, first Grand Prix, etc. The lap record 2020. Anyway, always do performance targets. Now Ferrari pretty much gets a Q3 every time, with ease actually. And then the race targets, finish position, finish the race in at least second position with at least one driver. Last time out I got a second and third at the Canadian Grand Prix, so that's finish position. Yeah, finish position. And then you'll see that you've got this streak now, so qualifying position streak 1 of 2 and finish position streak. So qualify 4 for higher for 2 races in a row with both drivers, and finish position, finish 3 races in a row at least, and you get all these bonus sponsorship money basically. That's good. Car builds, always check the engine, etc. The powertrain has the engine. We got 89% on there. EOS is 72, it's not bad. Gearbox 64, a little bit low. That's for car 1. Engine again, that's okay. EOS a little, not too bad. And gearbox, now can we change the gearbox? Let's go back and let's look at the gearbox and see what we've got there. Change it is 64 at the moment. What can we do with that? Is there anything that's 100? That's 57, 62. There you go, we do have a gearbox. Okay, so yeah, that's that. So development report, I'm going to flag that. Financial report, board confidence. Okay, we are leading the constructors standings as well, just to let you know. There you go. I'm going to do that one as well, and then we're going to get ready for the weekend. Could be a wet Silverstone on this game, and indeed it could be in real life. The weather is quite changeable at the moment in England. It's not very hot, but there's a bit of rain around. I'm in the south of England. It's a bit cold and rainy. Not particularly summer weather yet, I don't think.
We're here in legendary Silverstone, where the very first...
Gonna skip that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to simulate that to qualifying. Second and fourth, that's okay. Start the qualifying. I'm going to simulate quali 1. There it goes, nice and quick. And we are first and second, that's good. Now I'm going to manage quali. No, I'm not going to manage quali 2. No, we're going to simulate this session as well. Okay. And we are going to manage quali 3. Now, one of the reasons why we're going to manage quali 3 is because if there's any rain on Sunday, race day, unless it rains on this session, I want to test out the mediums and the hards, maybe even, so that if there was a little bit of rain, you could survive on a dampish track for a little while. First of all, let's have a look at something we haven't done, and that is do your R2, and let's have a look at the track. Track grip's very high. Track water, there's no water coming. Let's look at the weather forecast. Let's look at the temperature. It's 44 on track. It could go up in about 8 minutes time. Okay, so what we'll do is we will go out. I'm just going to watch that temperature, 44.4. What's the lower temperature? The tight grip is very high. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to send out Leclerc first. It's a very complicated thing is tyre temperatures and tyres. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but you can look at things like temperatures and you can try and compare them. So he's going out on 44.5 degrees centigrade. What I tend to do is send him out, get him just out of the pit lane, and when you can actually see his lap start. Now this is a flying lap, by the way, and then go to Sainz and send him out. So first of all, we'll be looking to put down a marker to get us furthest up the grid as we can, and then I'm going to see if there's enough time to try some medium tyres. There you go, you got them both side by side. Let's just speed that up a little bit. Okay. And he's off on his lap. So let's have the sectors. So I have, if you don't know much what the sectors are, so okay, so as he's the first one out of all the drivers, he's got a purple sector, which means he's the best of anyone on the track, but he's the first one out. So that is why he is at the moment. Now Sainz is out now as well. Who else is out at the moment? And there are others out. Bottas. Okay, so you can see Bottas has had 2 purple sectors. Anyway, let it settle down a bit. And Bottas has posted a 1:29.005. Leclerc has had 2 purple sectors. You can also look at that on the top. You can see the sectors there. So it's looking like a good start. Now Sainz has got green on his first sector. That means that's the best ever time for him. And that lap, sorry. That's his best lap. And you can see that Leclerc has already gone ahead, and he's 0.8 ahead. That's pretty significant. I mean, Bottas is not an amazing driver. Let's see what Sainz comes up with. He's just coming in now. And Sainz has gone to the top of the leaderboard. You might notice before I sent out Leclerc first and Sainz second. You can play around with that because you never know. Maybe some drivers, you know, going second, he's gone out a bit later than the other one. There's more time to prepare, so it can make a difference. Play around with it, have fun. So Sainz has done a 1:27.828 and he's 0.3 ahead of Leclerc. Verstappen is second now. So now as they've had more than one lap, Leclerc and Sainz should be looking for any green in the sectors. Means it's their best ever in that sector. And then look for purples, which will be the best of anyone on the circuit. Only 5 minutes left. Remember, it's taking a minute and a half, let's say, per lap. Then you've got to get out, which is more than a minute and a half. So now they're heading back to the garage. You'll see that. We're current. Sainz and Leclerc are first and third, and the gap between Sainz and Alonso is 0.9. It's 0.3 to Perez, so that's a bit tight. Now you'll see the temperature's gone up quite a lot, 47.7. So, going to send out Leclerc. Reconfigure his tyres. He's going to go on mediums. Can we select that one? Yeah. Going to send him out on mediums. Use mediums. And then Sainz is heading back to the garage. Send out Leclerc. Reconfigure if you're going to make a change to the tyres, etc. Leclerc's going out, and then we reconfigure Sainz. Now he's slightly different. He's got he's only got 39. That is not a good use in the practice and qualifying of the tyres. I don't know why. Oh, there's 100%. There you go. It's got 100%. Okay. So that one is locked. This is locked. Okay, and that one. Okay. So that one there. Remember, once you've reconfigured them, send them out. Don't forget that. So we have got first and third, and there's a little bit of a threat from Perez, and the rest are quite a way back. They will have at least one more lap that they can do. But this is about getting some practice on the mediums, because it's now very high, the track rubber and the track temperature. So softs on when it's track temperature, softs on very high rubber could wear out quicker than mediums. So there's an example of how the heat affects tyres, but it is different on different tracks, and I'm by no means an expert. So some tracks you'll see, you think they're going to be high track grip, but they won't be. So it's all down to the way the tracks are laid out, etc. So at the moment it's 46.6. Okay, so let's have a look at Sainz, who is leading things at the moment. So you can see he's going out now. So remember, it's about, let's say, 1 minute 30 per lap, and he is on his flying lap as he's just coming to the garage. So he's going to have to do that one, and he'll have enough time to do his proper lap. He should have anyway. And Leclerc, meanwhile, went out before first, I think. So bear that in mind. You need to have enough time for the average of your laps, and quite a bit more on top if you want to get another lap in. But if you do start your actual lap even a second before the checker flag is up, you can carry on. So you see he did about 2. If you look at actually his lap time, Leclerc's was 2:50. There you go, 2:50. And you'll see that Sainz is heading to that. Anyway, we're going to look to see if they can improve their times, and also if anyone can take their places, because it's looking good at the moment. And you can see also there, Leclerc's on his flying lap, and Sainz is on his flying lap. He's going out now and out. Verstappen is on his out lap, and the rest are on out lap. So we could move down a few positions here, but I still think we'll get 1 and 2 in the top 4. The others have to significantly. But if we look at how it's going, let's have a look at the actual sectors, how it's going at the moment. We can have a look at those. So you can see track temperature has gone down quite significantly again. It's interesting. So yeah, we're just getting some practice on the mediums, because it looks like it's going to be rain for the race day, basically. So even if we don't need intermediates on the wet weather, we might want to use mediums anyway in a strategy. I think it's quite a few laps is Silverstone. There, so you can see the laps coming in now, and those that were below us, Alonso and Perez, their lap times, as you can see, they've got yellows, which means they're not improving anything on their laps. Hamilton isn't improving. Bottas is improving. Alonso's just improved on his first sector. So I'm pretty certain Verstappen hasn't improved either, you can see. Now they may have a chance for another lap. Whereas we are done for our qualifying, and it will be Leclerc and Sainz will return to the garage. Looks like it's first and third for us, which is pretty good. Has anyone pipped us? Let's have a look. Okay, we shall fast forward it. So it was first and third. Sainz was first and Leclerc was second, third, and Verstappen second and Perez fourth. Even that finish would not be bad because we have a slight lead over the Red Bull team. Okay, so it's on to the race now.
The grid is packed, so there's electricity.
Okay, so it is. What was it now? Let's have a look. Okay. So they're first and third. It says mediums, but I'm wondering if I'll go softs. So yeah, we're not going to define a strategy. We're just going to try and see what happens. But we are going to change sites to softs. Now you see he hasn't got 77% and he's got 86%. Okay. Okay. And we'll keep Leclerc on the mediums. And we shall start the race. So Sainz will be hoping to build up some sort of lead. We have a split shot strategy.
Quite a few clouds over. Hold on tight. It's the British
Also might be wet weather, so therefore need to make up some time.
And it's lights out and away we go.
First thing I'm going to do is going to check the forecast, etc. And there's going to be track water you can see, which is the blue line. And we're going to get water pretty early on. Wow, look at that.
Advance the race position.
So, is that 5 laps? 5, 10, 15. First 5 laps. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be mostly wet all the way. So, timing is crucial for this. I'm going to stay with it because I don't want to fast forward it. So there's going to be rain. So it's going to be up to Sainz to get some sort of lead. Leclerc could stay out on mediums, but the rain's going to come.
And Ferrari just gained a place.
So we'll wait for the engineers to tell us that there's actual rain. I'm not going to fast forward it. We could miss out. We need to be absolutely on it to do this at the right time. So the forecast is that it's going to be 5 laps. I think as soon as we get even though Sainz is only a second ahead of Verstappen, with the intermediates coming, anything is going to be... Now there's an accident, is there?
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Let's have a look at
Let's
that.
see what happened there. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
He span, but I don't think that's a safety car. No, he's not in the way of anything, and there's no debris, I don't think, or very little.
The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened.
So we'll be relying on the engineers telling us it's starting to rain. We can look at the forecast. It says it's 35% cloudy in 2 minutes time. Remember, we're doing laps of 1 minute 36. So that weather forecast is what we're going to check out in the right hand corner. Meanwhile, Sainz does have 1.4, has 2 seconds on Perez and 3 seconds on Alonso. He will be the first to pit.
And you can use DRS.
And Leclerc was on medium, so it's not surprising. But if you can just build up any lead, as I say, with the unpredictability of the weather, it's really going to be a case of timing to get onto the intermediates. It said lap 5. Let's have a look again. You can see it's there, and it's going to go... Yeah, you can see that.
Seems to have been a lockup.
As soon as I get a message of rain, I'm going to go in. But Sainz is driving very well. Aha, there we go. There's rain coming.
Yeah, good.
Okay. See, 4 minutes. 4 minutes is going to get very hot. Again, I'm going to check on that 4 minute marker. So that's 2 for us, 2 more laps. Probably going to be the 5th lap I'm going to go. There's a little bit of a gap appearing now. The trouble is, if you don't get on the right tyres. Let's have a look at the map again. It's going to go up. It's going to go higher and higher as the time goes by. It's going to be pretty consistently wet all the way.
At the moment, we are the fastest car on track. Copy.
Now, if we do miss the chance to go into the pits, we may have to react to what everyone else is doing. And I'm still going to go with that 3 minutes, 85%. Obviously, the temperature can go up due to the humidity. Track grip is normal. Okay, there's a good little gap opening up to Alonso, 5 seconds, and Hamilton 6. What you don't want to do is go onto intermediates and struggle and then lose any of your time that you have made up. Made up. 2 minutes, so that's another lap. So I don't think we're going yet. I'm not sure if I could leave Leclerc out. At the moment, just going to let them battle away. So if I'd gone with the forecast to 5 laps, then I would have been in trouble, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just keep an eye on it. Probably start seeing rain on the actual game. There's a decent gap to the Red Bulls. I know it's only 2 seconds. All counts.
So reporting a lot of rain.
Okay, so that's it. In we go. Yep.
And box this lap box.
And Sainz as well. Okay. Anyone else coming in? Yeah, they're all coming in. One of the Red Bull is staying out. That's interesting. The next hardest thing to determine is to how long you stay on the intermediates. 2.6, not bad lap time, pit stop. And Leclerc better. Okay. So pretty much everyone's going on intermediates. That was good. Saw the warnings, engineer told us, and went straight in. That's good. Okay. The other ones have hesitated and they will get caught out, so we're just going to overtake some positions there. Now, if we look at the dampness of the track, it's 2.07. If you get to 4, then they recommend the wet tyres.
You're doing really well, Carlos.
There is some other ones. Mediums is being used by some of them. They were mediums anyway, so they could... The mediums could survive on the track for a little while. So Perez and Russell are not pitting at the moment for that reason. Now let's have a look at how long this rain is in for. So there you are. You see, it is 2.10 there, and if you look across the graph, it's going to be pretty. It's going to dip a bit, then go up again, and it's going to go up again around lap 27 or 28. So it's really just going to be a case of checking the track water, which is 2.14, as I say. If you get 4 millimeters, they recommend the wets. There's no real time that it's going to be not damp on this track. So only thing is to work out who's going to battle between, who's going to be the lead driver between Leclerc and Sainz. And as there's going to be quite a period of damp weather, I'm going to fast forward. see that it's going downwards quite a bit. No, you see it went down to 1 point.
Is that a lockup?
Okay, so now that's interesting. We have a
Think someone's run wide.
got to be a safety car.
Let's take a closer look. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. Oh dear, that's far wider than they would have wanted. It's a crash, and it's more than one car. Let's take a look at the replay. Watch this. There's Leclerc.
Oh dear.
Goodness me, that is a serious
How
collision.
bad is that for Leclerc? This is the question.
And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
Gonna have to deal with that. Is he okay? Let's check the damage. Some minor damage.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
Engine. Front wing is minor damage. I'm gonna keep an eye on him, I think. Not gonna stress too much. There was no safety car in the end. You see Leclerc has gone down to 8th and Sainz is doing okay. Okay, so let's fast forward it again. Let's keep an eye on Leclerc, whether he's dipping down.
Was that a lockup on the track?
And now the track is drying up, just to confuse us even further. It's, well, 0.95. Next thing to look at, is there any gaps at all? What's the intervals? Sainz has got a... and Alonso's got a 5-second penalty, I guess that is. So Sainz has got a 20-odd second gap to Perez. So he could go on to fresh intermediates, whereas Leclerc obviously can't do anything at the moment. So he could do that. Let's have a look at the track temperature. Is it going to do... oh, that's interesting. It is going down, you can see. It's going to go up again, and it's still going to stay, yeah, so still intermediates. I'm not sure if hards are a good idea. Can always be changed. Okay, so Leclerc's got nothing to... Leclerc can't do anything. Sainz has got a gap of 21 seconds to Perez. So I think that's what I'll do. We'll pit him. And we've got 37 laps left. Okay.
And box, Carlos, box.
Yeah, box.
So he's got a little bit of a gap to go into. Probably come out just after Perez. He'll be on fresh intermediates. Leclerc, meantime, is... minor damage to the front wing, but it seems okay. Let's have a look how he's lapped, what his lap times are like. He's lapping quite well compared to everyone else at the top. He's hit the fastest lap actually. Alonso, I think that's a 5-second penalty. Yeah, he's doing okay. Meanwhile, the weather carries on and the track gets wetter. Sainz will have a good now. Let's see where he comes out. Guess he's going to come out near Perez. He's just coming out after Hamilton, I think. Oh, he's third. That's good. It's not bad at all. That's pretty good. The only good thing about pitting Leclerc would be to get his front wing sorted out. He hasn't really got any sort of gap to go into, or has he got anything? 2.7, 9.12, 13. No, we'll take him a long way back with Leclerc. So he's got the fastest lap. So what we'll do is just keep an eye out on. So you can see Sainz is now 99% on the intermediates, and I think keep Leclerc as he is, and maybe respond to any pit activity from the others above him. Meanwhile, it's 2.64 millimeters, so 4, as I said, is wet tyre conditions. You can see that in 2 minutes it's going to get rain, 55% rain. Track rubber is still very low. So let's hurry that on along a little bit.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Meanwhile, just simply sit back and look at the dampness of the track, and if it comes down, then we take some action. No point doing anything at the moment. Can have a look at the lap times, how they're going. Now, if there was a safety car, Sainz would stay out, and then Leclerc would probably pit as amongst the other lot. Now, could be some pit activity above Leclerc. If there is, I shall respond. And Alonso's going in, but he's got a penalty. Oh wow, we're on the wets. Okay. Now, is that going to come down though? Oh, now this is a trouble now. Everyone else is going on the wets. I think we'll keep Sainz, and I think we'll definitely get him on the wets. He might keep out. So this is really hard to decide now, because
Box this lap, box.
it's definitely wet. Sainz, has Sainz got any gap anywhere? Let's have a look. Interval. Leader. 20. Now Sainz could maybe stay out on the intermediates. I know it's wet, but he's got a little advantage. So, going to look if there's a gap. He's got 20 seconds to Hamilton. It's really a case whether it's going to stay. all about the weather forecast now. Hamilton is staying out. Bottas is staying out. Sainz, remember, has got 68% on his intermediate, so I'm going to stay out, but obviously Leclerc is on the wets. The question is this going to stay 4.4, but it's going to get... It's cloudy, and 30% temperature will go down. Light rain will go up in 10 minutes time. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Claire is on to the Claire is on the wets. Verstappen is on the wets, and Sainz is...
Yeah, no worries. 2 hours.
Sainz has got a 20-second gap to Hamilton.
Red Bull moved up.
The only reason why I'm keeping him out is that he's got 66% of his intermediates. It's really a case of whether that weather will go downwards. Let's have a look again at the forecast. There's going to light rain in 8 minutes time. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be wets because there's going to be rain coming, so it's time to pull him in. Okay.
Pit confirm and box.
It should have a little gap to pit into, which is good. So meanwhile, they're both on wets then, and pretty much to the end of the race, it looks like it might be wet. 22 laps to go. Let's have a look at that gap again. Yeah, 22 seconds to Hamilton should be enough to come out in front of Hamilton. Sainz stayed out longer because he was leading and therefore had gotten the intermediates before anyone else. So when the wetter weather came, he stayed out in the intermediates. Let's just see him go into the pits. There he goes. Leclerc's having a good race considering he's got front wing damage, which I meant to repair, but I didn't on the last pit stop. Here he comes in. Okay, so let's have a look at the forecast. So it's going to dip a bit with the dampness. It's going to go up. It's going to come down only at the end of the race. Looking at the weather, you've got light rain in 6 minutes and moderate rain in 10 minutes. Basically, there's a track condition. It is telling us what it is. Damp, damp, wet in 10 minutes. I haven't seen that one before. And
Ferrari, advance the race position.
yeah, so I think pretty much fast forward it quite a while. Got like 4 degrees, 4 millimeters. It's not a bad race. Sainz is second, and he's going to be. Let's do it again. Pretty much everyone is on wets now, aren't they? No, Verstappen's on intermediates. That's interesting. Some of the others are as well. Leclerc has got the fastest lap though. Hamilton's 31% in a minute. He'll be going in a minute. And Verstappen's 91. Leclerc is saying that they're too warm. It is dipping a little bit. It's 2 millimeters now. I'll just keep an eye on that. It's looking good for 2 out of 4, and Perez is 5th, so we could remain ahead at the top of the constructors after this race. Doesn't look like anything more dramatic is going to happen with the weather. I'll keep an eye on it. It's going to go up, I reckon, a little bit. Now, if there's a safety car, I'll be quite happy to be Sainz on 82% and Leclerc on 80%.
Sounds like a spin.
Doesn't
Here's
look like.
the replay.
Is this going to
Now
cause a
let's look at
safety
this.
car or
Here's
not?
George Russell.
No, he's
What
off
a
the track
spin.
and there's no debris, so should be no safety car there. Okay, let's get it going again.
Alpine just advanced.
It's coming down the track, the dampness. And this is going to be quite interesting. Leclerc.
Red Bull gained a place.
Okay, the Red Bulls have got the strategy right by the looks of it. So it is classed as damp in 5 to 9 minutes. No, we could really ruin our race here. It may be a case of, yeah, it's going down quite a lot. So for 10 minutes, yeah, I think we should go on intermediates. Let's have a look. It's coming down, down, down. Yeah, okay. So let's have a look if there's any gaps to go into. Interval. Alonso's 4. 11:24. Leclerc can't really pit into anything there. Sainz can come out. And he can go on to.
Okay, box.
He's going to come in about. Where's he going to come in?
Yeah, box.
He's just coming in now. He's going to. Leclerc doesn't have any gap to go into. 2:7:18.
Copy.
He could.
Fox Isla Fox.
Copy box. Decline.
So I
Copy.
think I missed out on the strategy here.
On. Speed limiter on.
Probably should have gone intermediates a lot earlier. Don't know if I can make anything up in 10 minutes. And Leclerc's going to come out. It's not been a good race. It's because of the conditions. I didn't do it right. And Leclerc is going to come out. He had to repair his front wing damage. It's not been a good race. The weather has affected me massively, and I haven't done what I should have done. Sainz will get 5th, but Verstappen and Perez will get 1st and 2nd by the looks of it. Don't think there's many chances of any Hamilton. Sainz could chase down Hamilton maybe, and possibly Alonso. No, so don't think anyone's going to be pitting anymore. So usually when it's damp at over 2 millimeters, it's classed as intermediate. As intermediates, not wet. It was, okay. So let's finish off the race. I'm not happy about this. Made the wrong moves. Didn't do what I should have done.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a
You can
place.
see the staying damp again, but there won't be too long left. You never know though, these conditions might, anything could happen. There could be a safety car even. Now it's actually getting back up to damp again. Look at that, for 3 millimeters. Might just get a couple positions up.
Ferrari advance the race position.
Okay, Leclerc's creeping up. Fastest lap, we get a point for that. That'd be good. But 8th and 5th is not good.
We've just had a car run wide. Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Yes, guys.
Well, we had that in our grasp at the beginning, and then the strategy went completely wrong with the wet conditions, and I'm not happy about that. That's our worst result for a long time, and the board will be very unhappy. 4th and 8th in the end. Remember, we started 1st and 3rd. We just didn't execute the strategy well. 20 points behind Red Bull. That's a big swing because we were ahead. Okay, so I wasn't sure what stream I'd do this week. This weekend is the Silverstone Grand Prix. It's also the 6-hour race of Monza in Italy, the next round of the World Endurance Championship. Can Ferrari win at their home track, and they may have a chance to win the title, the World Endurance Championship title, after winning Le Mans recently. I'll be tweeting about that at some stage over the weekend, and that's about it really. I'm not sure what streaming I'll be doing the rest of the week. Thank you for watching. Catch you again. Follow me on Twitter at SportyPH2 for various motorsport updates, football updates as well, although not so much now as the season has ended. Okay, thanks for watching. Catch you again. Bye bye.